Update. Caught wife trying to cheat with my friend from her iWatch. This is an updated story. For the original story, please click the link in the description. Thank you to everyone who reached out to me after my first post, was really appreciated. So yesterday after I had written the post and was in a complete mess, 2 dog walkers came over to check on me as I was obviously concerning them. I told them everything, they listened, and the first thing one of them said to me was, "Son, the worst thing you can do right now is drink, it'll cause carnage." I have to thank her for that because I was on the highway to hell at that point. I threw the vodka away, got in touch with a friend, and he said I could come to his for a while to calm down. He was at work but told me where the spare key was. We live in a small town of around 15,000 people and he wasn't too far away, so once I got there I sat on his couch just trying to calm down. Throughout the morning I was getting multiple texts and phone calls from my wife asking where I was and what the hell was up, as my work van was still sitting in the driveway and I was nowhere to be seen. I text her back telling her that there was a problem with the engine, so I got a lift into work, which she seemed to buy as she just texted back saying okay. When my friend got back from his work at about 5 o'clock, I told him everything that had happened and asked him his opinion. I also told him not to tell anyone about jacket holder as that might then get back to my wife, which I didn't want at this point. I would deal with him later. By that I mean I'll expose what a little rat he is. Knocking fuck out of him doesn't help me at all as of now. As an aside to the people saying he done nothing wrong, he messaged my wife first. He was being extremely flirty. What the fuck is he even playing at messaging my wife for in the first place? He only knows her in passing, from afar. Look, I've got no problem with 2 adults conversing with each other, but they hardly knew each other and it was flirty from the start, as far as I could tell. I think they've seen each other while out and about and it's gotten flirty then. So my friend convinced me to try and keep a low profile and see what I could dig up, but at the same time speak to a lawyer and get the ball rolling in terms of finding out my options, which I have done today. He took me home about 6 o'clock and I was honestly dead on my feet by that point. I think the adrenaline pumping the entire day then suddenly stopping knocks it right out of you, so I was extremely tired when I got home. The second I walked through the door I knew something was up, as my wife was on me right away asking me all sorts of questions about work. I asked her why does she even care. She said that I'd left my big flask and my lunch bag in the front passenger side seat and something's been up today, she could feel it. I was about to lie. But I was just too tired. I couldn't be bothered putting any sort of charade up, so I just said yeah, there is something up. That when I was putting her drunk ass to bed last night a message came up on her iWatch, which I read. And all the other ones. And that she was a fucking disgusting cheat that I wanted nothing more to do with. Her demeanor went from an arms-crossed person in power to scared little girl within about a second. Good at keeping secrets, eh? Begging that little rat for sex, eh? Yep, read it all. She started sobbing and I just walked away and upstairs into the shower. When I got out she was sitting on the top stair crying still, and the excuses started right away. How she was drunk, vulnerable, had never done anything like that before. How he had messaged her first and it didn't mean anything, she was never gonna go through with it. Pretty much everything that everyone on here was saying she would say, like she had the playbook out. The only thing she didn't do was try and blame me. She probably knew I would have thrown her right out the door if she had tried that shit. I told her that I wanted a divorce and her out of the house within a month. Also told her that she was moving to the spare room. I've been pretty much ignoring her ever since, just scowling at her and shaking my head when she starts waffling nonsense. I don't want to hear it. She slept in the spare room last night and I haven't spoken to or texted with her at all today. If I'm lucky maybe she'll be gone when I get back from work, but my luck's not that good I suppose. On getting her out though I was telling my parents what was happening and my mother was adamant I wasn't throwing her out onto the streets. Her and my mother are close and always have been. We'd have been together 11 years in December. My mother was saying she made a mistake and that we should sort it out like adults, that we've been through too much together and that she didn't actually do anything, it was just words. She completely took her side over mine, couldn't believe it. Could this fuck me here? Like, do I have no right to ask her to leave if my mother is against it? It's literally gonna be my house when my parents pass and I did nothing wrong, so I'm not leaving. It's probably gonna turn into War of the Roses Part 2. I managed to get myself an appointment with a divorce lawyer for next week, so I'll be going to that to discuss my options. Until then I'm just gonna ignore my soon-to-be ex-wife I guess. I know she's probably not gonna admit anything else now. I'll never know if she was a really good liar or she was just talking shit to him to get him on side with her for an affair. Anyways, sorry about the delay in the update. Just got the chance to write it now as I'm finishing work. Well, back to the funhouse I guess.